Dear student, today we are going to study Standard 10th Subject Yoga, Health and Physical Education, Lesson 6, Approved Therapeutic Method. Part 1, Introduction. In olden age, the human being used to live in jungles. For their food, they used to hunt animals. We know these facts, but in those days, how they were suffering from the disease and how the treatment was given it not known to us. We do not have any specific information about this, but we know that before thousands of years Ayurvedic treatment was given. Because of this treatment, Ayurveda is considered as fifth Ved. But we know that with the development of science, other treatment or therapeutic methods have been found by the respective researchers. Now, here we shall get information regarding the approved therapeutic method in which the specialization degrees are awarded. Therefore, they are as follows. First Ayurveda, second Yugopchar, third Homeopathy, fourth Naturopathy, fifth Unani Treatment, and sixth Allopathy. First Ayurveda. About 5,000 years ago, our science and sex had found our Ayurvedic therapeutic method. According to Ayurveda, when there is imbalance between Vata, Pitta, and Kapha in our body, that is, when their percentage is increased or decreases, any disease develops. In Ayurveda, these three are considered as folds. When these three folds become defective, the disease developed. Defective gas develops about 80 disease. Defective acidity develops about 60 disease, and defective cough develops about 40 disease. To destroy the defect of these diseases, the therapeutic treatment is there in Ayurveda. Ayurveda therapeutic method are provide unfailing, positively effective for old cough, cold, old fever, psoriasis, and skin disease. The reasons for having the Ayurvedic method, the self sufficient one, are as follows. It is a natural therapeutic method, remove the disease from its root and does not allow to develop again. It is a complete innocent therapeutic method without any side effect. It observes the disease and the diseased person completely. Type of therapy. There are two types of Ayurvedic therapy, Shodhan and Saman. Shodhan consists upon Panchkarma in which Vaman, Virechan, Basti, Nashya and Rakta Mokshan are included. In Saman, Snehan and Samedan are main pre-actions. By means of Snehan, Svedan, the defect are diverted towards the coast. From Kostha, they are thrown out by means of Vaman and Virechan. Pareji, that means control in Ayurveda. In Ayurveda, Along with the medicine, what should be taken according to the acceptance of the body, what should not be taken, what should be done and what should not be done, etc. Morally sound conduct and proper food and merriment have been thought of in the best way. Most of the disease gets rid of only because of observing and adopting the beneficial and avoiding injurious to the health food habits. Second, Yogopchar. The steps of Yogopchar are as follows. First, Brahmacharya. Celibacy. Brahmacharya is the base of Yogopchar. Enjoying sexuality in the disease condition bring physical and mental weakness. Hence, an individual who observes celibacy, taking the shelter of Yogopchar, only can get rid of the disease. For the observation of Brahmacharya, proper food and merriment, company and reading, and also balanced way of life are very necessary. Second, Asan and Mudra. Asan and Mudra are very useful for the diseases. Yogi and Nirogi persons, by means of asanas, the diseased organs can be made healthy and also the mind can be kept and in control. While doing asana and mudra, the different centers in our mind become actively functioning and hence the natural health is obtained. Internally secreting gland become active because of which the liveliness is created in the body and the mind becomes cheerful. Third, pranayam. The base of yoga is pranayam. Because of pranayam, the lungs provide more oxygen and the blood becomes pure speedily. Because of pranayam, the body gets animated, the unsteadiness of mind and the dullness of the body goes off. Because of the purification of the blood, the number of white corpuscles in increases which destroy the germs in the body. Fourth, fasting. Willful fasting purifies the body instead of overeating and in inviting the disease. It is the sign of intellect to eat little less than required and enjoy the healthy state of the body. In the aim of fasting, control over the mind, tyranny of sense, fasting, overeating, required balanced diet, etc., are included in which purification of mind and body are main. Fifth, sadvichar, morally good thoughts. Bad thoughts is a seat of disease and good thoughts is the seat of health. Then sixth, sadvichar, morally good conduct. Sadvichar means sat plus achar. Sat pertains to God, whereas achar pertains to behavior. Hence, sadvichar makes in individual facing toward the God. Good thoughts is not created without good company, and sadvichar is not created without good thoughts. The quality of good behavior is sadgun. Third, homeopathy. This method is based on the principle of curing naturally the diseased. The basic principle of this method is like cure like. This means that a disease should be given the medicine of the symptoms of the disease. This method is preventively based on the complaints of the patient. In this method, the proportion of the medicine remain very meager. The plus point of this medicine is that there is no side effect. Basic principle like cure like means the medicine having the same symptoms as those of the disease cure the patient. At a time, only one type of medicine is to be given. The quality, the quantity dose of the medicine should be minimum. That is, medicine is to be given in very little dose. The effect of medicine should be tested on a healthy person. The medicine prepared for human being cannot be tested on the animals because the constitution of the bodies of human being and those of the animals are different. Fourth, naturopathy. The treatment being done by means of the natural elements in cold naturopathy. The important elements for this treatment are water, clay, light, and air. In this treatment, external medicines, tablets, injections, or the chemicals are not used of. Now, we should get information regarding the following treatments making the use of natural elements. Water therapy. Water therapy means the therapy being given by various water experiments. Water has to tendency to catch up both the heat and the cold. When there is fever, cold water piece of cloth is applied, which lessens the fever. Mostly such pieces of cloth is put on the forehead of the patient. Such pieces of water can also be put on the stomach. When there is a sprain on the ankle of the leg or when there is swelling on any part of the body, hot water fomentation is given, which reduce the swelling. For this type of fermentation, hot water bag can be used filled with hot water. The reduce the swelling. Another method is to dipping the swelled part of the body alternately in hot and cold water for the duration of 1 minute each. Over and above vapor bath or steam bath, enema, etc., experimental treatment also can be done. Clay treatment. Clay gives cooling effect, cooling effect, absorbed the poison and reduce swelling, burning, etc. Ponds clay without sticky black mud or clay of an ant hill should be dried in the sunlight sunshine. It should be cleaned and crushed and then should be sifted and it should be drenched. One should take care that 3 are that there are no chemical, dirt and unpleasant smell. Such drenched clay should be applied on the respective organ of the body. In thick layer, such clay can be applied on the stomach, the inner part of the abdomen, below the navel, over the eyelid, and over the spine. Sunlight treatment. Under the sunlight, various insects cannot harm us. After sunrise, if we stand under the sunlight for half an hour, it increases the luster of our eyes and the ultraviolet rays in the sunlight help us getting vitamin D, which strengthen our bones. If there is swelling on any part of our body and if that part is burned under the hot side of the river, it reduces the swelling. Air treatment. Air is a animate power of the human body. In its absence, a man cannot survive, especially the individual having the trouble of lungs should wake in the open air, should walk in the open air. They should keep the windows and the doors of their house open to get enough air. The increase of efficiency of filling more air in the lungs, one should be practice Brahmari Pranayam, Anulom Vilom Pranayam, etc. Over and above, one should be inhale deeply and slowly. Withhold the breath in the lunge for a few seconds and then exhale it slowly. Over and above the treatment shown above, one should observe fasting, should take balanced diet, should proper light type of asana and pranayam, to observe morally good conduct of yam, niyam, should practice the relaxing action and enough rest and sleep should be taken. Fifth, Unani treatment. Unani treatment. In Unani treatment, the following four matters are important. First, dam, blood, hot or moisturized. Balgam, cold and moisturized. Safa, yellow, acidity, hot and dry. Sofa, black acidity, cold and dry. In these four are in proper proportion, the individual is considered healthy. If there is some obstruction in the proportion, it creates the disease. Treatment by mean of uh, by means of passing more urine, giving Turkish bath, by means of massage, by means of more motion or more vomiting, by means of food, by means of giving fruit juice and different type of food, by means of medicine, the medicine prepared from the tree, fruit and flowers, the medicine prepared from the animals, the medicine prepared from source. The Unani medicines give good result in the disease like arthritis, lukewarm, jaundice, asthma, etc. etc. 6. Allopathy. In the modern time, the therapeutic method has been accepted by all since it is based on logic and it's transparent. The whole world has universally accepted it as the scientific method. This method is widely in use with new researches and the development of the technology. New changes are incorporated in this method. It means this method is ever changing based on scientific principles. This method is most efficient to examine all the part of and the sub part of the body and for the treatment of the disease developed in it. This method can join hand and hand with the prevalent time accepting researches and new technology based on experience. But the limitation of this modern method is that the medicine used in this method have side effects. Second limitation in this that in few diseases this method give very little relief. For example, eczema, some skin disease, and the cold cannot be removed from their roots. There are so many branches of this method, for example, surgery, orthopedic, cardiolo- cardiology, anesthesiology, neurology, gynecology, pathology, dentistry, ear, nose, and throat branch, physiotherapy, etc. Some other branches regarding different disease also are developed. Here the more prevalent treatment and therapeutic method are listed. Some methods are less prevalent and only limited person make their use. The method are acupuncture and acupressure method, Sivambu treatment method, touch method, music therapy, laughter therapy, magnet therapy, color therapy, aromatherapy, hypnotism therapy, Reiki therapy. Dear students, now this lecture part 1 over here. Next point we will see in part 2. Thank you.